Fear is one of the most powerful emotions we experience as human beings. It has the ability to stop us in our tracks, hold us back from opportunities, and keep us from living the life we truly want. Think about it. How many dreams are buried because someone was too afraid to try? How many chances are lost because fear whispered, "What if you fail?" Fear is tricky. It makes us imagine the worst, even before we take the first step. It creates walls that don't even exist. Most of the time, what we fear is not reality. It's just our mind painting a picture of failure, rejection, or embarrassment. But here's the truth: fear will always be there. It never fully disappears. The question is not, how do I live without fear? The real question is, how do I move forward even with fear standing in front of me? The moment you understand that fear is not the end, but the beginning of growth, everything changes. Fear shows up because you are stepping into something bigger, something greater, something outside of your comfort zone, and that is where real success lives. So don't hate fear. Don't run from it. Recognize it, face it, and use it as fuel. Because the life you want, the dream you hold, the person you wish to become, they are all waiting for you on the other side of fear. Fear often shows up at the exact moment when something great is about to happen in your life. It doesn't bother you when you are playing small. It doesn't disturb you when you are staying in your comfort zone. But the very moment you decide to dream bigger, to step out, to do something meaningful, fear suddenly appears. Think about it. Why do we feel nervous before giving a speech, starting a business, or chasing a dream? Why do our hands shake and our hearts race when we are about to try something new? It's because fear knows that you are stepping into growth. Fear is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that you are moving towards something important. But here's the problem. Most people let fear control them. They hear the voice that says, "What if you fail? What if people laugh at you? What if you are not good enough?" And instead of fighting, they step back. They shrink their dreams. They settle for less. And in doing so, they let fear steal their future. But the truth is this: fear is nothing more than an illusion. It paints scary pictures in your mind of things that haven't even happened yet. Most of the time, the things you fear never actually come true. Yet fear makes them feel so real that it paralyzes you. The most successful people in history were not fearless. They were ordinary men and women who felt fear just like you. The only difference is they chose to keep going anyway. They didn't wait for fear to disappear. They learned to walk with it, to push through it, and to turn it into fuel. Growth never happens in comfort. It happens when you push yourself into the unknown, and the unknown will always feel uncomfortable. But that discomfort is not there to destroy you. It is there to transform you. Every time you face your fear, you grow stronger. Every time you walk through fear, you discover new strength inside you. So the next time fear tries to stop you, remember this: it is not a signal to quit. It is a signal that you are on the right path. Fear means you are growing. Fear means you are breaking limits. Fear means you are moving closer to the life you deserve. Don't let fear decide your future. Use it as a sign that you are on the edge of something powerful. And instead of stepping back, step forward, because growth is waiting for you on the other side of fear. Many people think courage means living without fear, but that's not true. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward even when fear is screaming in your ears. Courage is standing tall when your knees are shaking. Courage is taking the first step even when you can't see the whole path ahead. Fear will always try to convince you that you are not ready, that you are not strong enough, that you are not capable. But courage is the voice inside you that says, "I will try anyway. I will not let fear decide my story." Think about the heroes, leaders, and dreamers who changed the world. They were not fearless. They felt fear just like you do. They had doubts, insecurities, and moments of weakness. But what made them different was their courage, their willingness to act in the middle of fear. Courage doesn't mean you don't feel afraid. It means you refuse to be controlled by that fear. It means that even if you fall, even if you fail, you will rise again. Courage is not about perfection. It's about persistence. And here's the beautiful thing. Every time you choose courage over fear, you grow. Your fear gets smaller and your confidence gets stronger. At first, it's hard. At first, your mind will resist. But the more you act with courage, the more natural it becomes. One day you will look back and realize that what once terrified you has now become your strength. Remember, courage doesn't happen in giant leaps. It begins with small steps. Speaking when you feel shy, trying when you feel unsure, standing up when you feel weak. Each small act of courage builds into something powerful, and soon you become unstoppable. So don't wait for fear to disappear. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. Choose courage today. Take the step you've been avoiding. Do the thing you've been putting off. Face the fear you've been running from. Because every time you choose courage, you step closer to the person you were meant to become. And when fear tries to hold you back, remember this: courage is not about being fearless. Courage is about moving forward despite the fear. That is the true power that will change your life. Fear builds invisible walls around us. It tells us this is as far as you can go. Don't go beyond this line. Don't dream too big. Don't try too hard. And slowly, without even realizing it, we start to live in a prison created by our own minds. But here's the truth: those limits are not real. They are illusions. They are stories fear keeps repeating until we believe them. The moment you challenge those limits, the moment you take a step beyond them, you realize something powerful. Those walls were never there in the first place. Breaking your limits doesn't mean doing something massive overnight. It means taking small, brave steps that stretch you just a little bit further each day. It means saying, I will try even if I fail. I will rise even if I fall. That's how you grow. That's how you break the chains of fear. Think about it. Every invention, every discovery, every achievement in human history happened because someone refused to accept limits. They refused to listen to fear. They believed that impossible was just a word, not a reality. And by stepping forward, they proved the world wrong. You too have that same power. The only difference between you and the people who achieve greatness is this: they dared to step beyond their limits, while others stayed trapped in fear. Breaking limits is not about being fearless, it's about being relentless. It's about telling yourself, yes, I am afraid. Yes, I might fail, but I will still try. I will still move forward. I will still fight for my dream. And the moment you do that, something magical happens. The fear that once controlled you begins to lose its power. The walls start to crumble. And suddenly what felt impossible yesterday becomes your new reality today. So ask yourself, what limits have you accepted? What lies has fear been telling you? And most importantly, are you willing to step beyond them? Because the truth is, your greatest growth, your greatest success, your greatest victory, they are all waiting for you, just outside the limits that fear has set. All you have to do is take that step. My friends, let me leave you with this. Fear will always be there. It will whisper doubts, it will plant questions, and it will try to hold you back. But remember, fear is not stronger than you. Fear is not your master. It is only a test. The life you want, the dream you hold, the person you wish to become, they are all waiting on the other side of fear. You can either let fear chain you to the same place, or you can break free and walk into your destiny. The choice is always yours. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you feel ready. There will never be a moment when you are completely fearless. But there will always be a moment when you can choose courage. And that moment is now. So take the step. Start the journey. Face the fear. Because once you do, you will realize something powerful. Fear was never as strong as you imagined. And you are always stronger than you believed. This is your time. Your chance, your life. Don't let fear steal it from you. Step forward with courage, break through your limits, and claim the future that belongs to you. Because you are stronger than your fear. You are greater than your doubt. And the world is waiting for the version of you that chooses courage over fear every single day.